We have Northwestern at home on Wednesday. Northwestern is a very good defensive team with a weak offense. Brooks Barnheiser, Ty Berry, Boo Buie, and Ryan Langborg all average at least a steal per game. It's going to be imperative that Penn State takes care of the basketball. And in terms of being able to score against Northwestern, the Wildcats are one of the best perimeter defense teams in the entire country. They limit teams' ability to score quickly and play with pace. However, they also give up a lot of threes. In fact, while Northwestern is one of the best interior defending teams in the country and one of the worst perimeter defending teams, for some reason teams still try to score in the paint against Northwestern. Even though the Wildcats give up a very high percentage from three. For Penn State, a team that is not great at shooting threes, we need to focus on two things. We need to focus on shooting the right threes, and we need to focus on external factors to winning the game. In terms of shooting the right threes, this just means having your best shooters shoot open shots. This means passing the ball well and getting the best look possible instead of settling for a contested three early in the shot clock. This means guys like DeMarco Dunn, Kanye Clary, and Jameel Brown. Those are our top three-point shooters. Those guys should be shooting the bulk of our threes. And those shots should be off an assist rather than off the dribble. I hate those quick pull-up threes. Steph Curry can do that. Our guys on our team can't. And so, when we get a fast break and Ace Baldwin just chucks up an early three, it's like, go to the rack, man. In a fast break, we should be on the rack. And if we're going to take a three, I like those Zach Hicks ones where it's always swinging the ball to him in the corner and he pops a nice look, or it's DeMarco Dunn there, or whatever, In terms of winning via external factors, this just means finding little things you can take advantage of in a specific matchup. For example, Northwestern is one of the worst teams in the country in rebounds, both offensive and defensive, and this means that they never get second chance points. The way we normally play tends to be focusing on getting back and playing good defense after a miss, but if we focus on working hard for offensive rebounds, we can dominate second chance points. Also, Northwestern is one of the best teams in the country at limiting turnovers and taking care of the ball. We are one of the best teams in the country at getting turnovers, and so winning the turnover battle is going to be very important for us. For all of college basketball, teams with a plus 10 turnover margin or more have a .920 winning percentage. So going up against Northwestern, we should definitely be pressing the entire game. Generally, we've also been pretty successful at home. Northwestern's been a good bit less successful on the road, so I just think it's a good matchup for us and, with the way they play. So my prediction, Penn State 78, 68 Northwestern. Hopefully we actually get that 10-point victory and get a nice winning streak here against the Big Ten squads. Then we go to Purdue at Mackey Arena on Saturday afternoon, a couple days after the Northwestern game. The number one team in the country is 14-1. Their only loss is a weird game on the road at Northwestern. They returned a lot of players from last year's 1-seed team that lost to 16-seed Farley Dickinson. However, this year's team is basically just last year's Purdue team, but with better shooting. They still have Zach Edey, one of the best players in the country, and behemoth Big Ten center. They dominate the boards, their shooters on the perimeter are elite, and we play them on the road while they're real hot. Red hot, you could even say. They won the huge battle against Arizona a few weeks ago, and they are steamrolling through the Big Ten. They just beat top 10 Illinois after crunching Maryland, and then they head to Nebraska before we play them this weekend. This is just simply one of the best teams in the country. It might be the best team in the country, in the entirety of college basketball. They're number one ranked right now. I think they have some weaknesses, especially if they start playing, if they played some really fast-paced teams from the SEC and in the NCAA tournament. But in terms of how we beat Purdue, I do think there's a sliver of possibility that we win this game, but it would just take a perfect all-around effort. Some major issues on their end as well. We would have to get a lot of success with our press. We'd have to generate tons of turnovers because once Purdue gets set in the half court against us, they have advantageous one-on-one matchups all over the place. And I think we could play some type of 3-2 zone to try and combat that and then just hack a Shaq Edey down low. But I don't think we score efficiently enough on offense for that to work. And then on offense, I think we would have to shoot abnormally well. And considering how Ace Baldwin and Kanye Clary, the way they like to play, the way they drive and try to score at the rim, I think other guys might have to step up so that those guys aren't just running straight at Zach Edey all day.